Good morning. What a beautiful day in St. Lucia Estuary. The cacophony of nature is total ear candy and soothing the soul. But let's get down to business. This is supposed to be a functional estuary, not some human experiment to see if nature can neutralize our footprint. No, nature can't neutralize our footprint. This footprint right over here originate in the 5 catchment areas of the 5 rivers. If you want to experiment in managing this system right here, you do it there, not here. This is not where you experiment in management human impact on nature. This is the breeding ground and the most important life support system on earth. And if you don't realize that, if you don't spend every single day of your working career on your foot here so that you can taste with your feet the change in the sand, then you're not worth doing the job. I thank you and the Daily Maverick for recognizing my efforts in opening the St. Lucia Estuary. I just want to correct some author's freedom there. It's not an 11-minute video. It's 20 years of blogging and thousands of minutes of video. I sacrificed everything, every cent I had into fighting for the opening of the St. Lucia Estuary. To fight the charismatic personality of Andrew Zaloumis turned many friends of mine into enemies. So, I don't want the people to drive on the beaches because of fishing. I want you guys to realize that this is not about me. This is about the estuary. And I suggest that Valemusa's closure of beach driving, cutting Natal Parksport off the financial lifeline that the sale of beach dive permits had in 1999, that they used to fund the managing of the sediment of the St. Lucia Estuary, should be reinstated, so that you can understand it and write it correctly in your next article. If we drive on the beaches, these beaches are dead. They will be dead for another 1,000 years because two of the main farming rivers, the Black and the White and Flozy, deposit their sand onto the beaches here. Now, currently, it deposits it into the estuary. Pesticides, insecticides, herbicides that you cannot fathom are now deposited in the estuary. But let's get back to the beach driving. If we allow the 4x4s on this dead beach, this 47 hectares of dead beach, we can generate an income stream that can fund the management of the most important life support system on earth. Now, if you use my videos and you make your own deductions from an 11-minute video, please make the deductions right. I don't mind you not contacting me and getting my side of the story, but at least have the courtesy of portraying the facts that I put in my videos. And don't assume. Makes a fool out of you and me. In the end, you're going to be the fool. But thanks for the recognition. It's much appreciated. Long overdue. Nicolette Forbes, I put it to you that the current management plan is a script that you worked from. There's nothing scientific about the script. You worked hard to find scientific evidence to back the script, but that's not the right way to protect the most important life support system on earth. You deal with facts. Now here is some of the facts that is neglected out of your scientific management plan. 2016, the ocean wanted to breach here. 2016 is when that massive earth-moving equipment came in and built this sand wall, the dam wall of over 3 meters high, with bentonite enriched river sediment. So actually the estuary was cemented shut. Right over there, where that footpath is, the estuary wanted to break through, and Andrew Zaloumis instructed dump trucks to dump sediment right there where the ocean wanted to break through. Now you're supporting that script, Nicolette, and you're looking for scientific reasons to do it, and you blame people, hardworking people, that maintained this estuary and that created this wildlife sanctuary over the past 100 years. That's low. That's low even for Andrew Zaloumis. So you are, below that standard. Now Andrew Zaloumis demolished the car park at the estuary mouth, where the heartbeat of the Greater St. Lucia Wetland Park used to be, or the Isimangaliso Wetland Park should be, where the estuary and the ocean meet each other. Intelligent people call it where heaven meets earth, when the ocean meets a river. Now, these casarinas has not been removed because it's part of the devious plan to do dune stabilization here, so that nature cannot take its course, so that nature cannot open naturally. Now the Farmers Weekly video that I made that was so hubris was made right over there. And look, it's now 20 years since there's been no management plan to help nature to get to the ocean. And guess what? Nature is still working hard to reach the ocean. This is called the suction power of spring low tide. I don't know what's the scientific name for it, because none of the scientists that I've met post Dr. Ricky Taylor is willing to talk to me, so I can't be educated. And Dr. Ricky Taylor, he's not interested in this mess anymore, because his life's work in creating a beautiful estuary system from a mud bank has been destroyed by you, Nicolette. You destroyed all his work. But anyway, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about mean sea level. The day when you introduced the Andrew Zaloumis management script, you couldn't answer my one simple question: what is mean sea level? Now, for those that doesn't know what mean sea level is, it's determined by the Surveyor General. It's the 19-year average that is supposed to be recorded daily on the difference between mean high tide and mean low tide. Direction, but I think it's 93 centimeters at the last publication. Now this is law, this is international law in the Shipping Act, that mean sea level has to be determined. Now what it means for St. Lucia Estuary, if you give us a water level update, Nicolette Forbes, you give us a water level update of above mean sea level. Mean sea level to you is 0. So if you say the estuary has got 93 centimeters of water, you mean it's 93 centimeters above mean sea level. That's 1.8 meters below. No, sorry. That's 1.86 meters above, not below, above spring low tide. Now what happens with the aquifer like this? On spring low tide, the ocean sucks. And you want to suck this plug that Andrew Zaloumis put here using dump trucks. You want to suck it out to the ocean. This is the natural way that things are being done. The sediment that comes with the Mfolozi River is not natural. It's man-made, created in the catchment areas. Your management plan doesn't address that at all. So you're not letting nature taking its course here and letting nature fixing itself. You're walking away from a man-made problem. We call it 5 rivers, it's actually 6. Because the Mfolozi is 2 rivers. The white and the black. The Hluhluwe River, the Nyalazi River, the Mpati River, the Mkuzi River. They all got the same problem in the catchment areas. Your sediment problem in the lake, that is the 65 kilometers north of Brody's Crossing, originates in 4 different rivers. And the lake and the estuary has got nothing to do with each other ecologically. The estuary has to function. The lake can be separated from the estuary, like you separated the estuary from the ocean. You could have separated the lake from the estuary, and the estuary could still be functioning. But you maintain that you needed the water, the fresh water from the Mfolozi, at all cost to feed the lake system. And I kept on telling you that you're losing fresh water to the ocean. And it happens right here. I'm not talking about the evaporation. I'm talking about the suction power of spring low tide. It happens right here. It happens for 4 days, at least 4 days, every 14 days. That is not in your management plan. Because Nicolette, you didn't create a management plan. You're working from a script. A script Andrew Zaloumis has given you. And on a timeline of events, I can prove it. Andrew Zaloumis' press release says over the time period proves it. Dr. Barry Clark, you ran away from a promise. You said that the estuary and the ocean will be connected via tidal channels. I called you out on that one and you ran away. I don't even know if you'll answer your phone if I call you today.